time with us on the news at 10. Let's quickly move on to the next story, where the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has warned Nigerians to be wary of new fraudulent scheme being masterminded by scammers posing as NDLEA officers. Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, said the scammers usually call unsuspecting citizens to inform them of the arrest of the relatives at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, or any other international airport in Nigeria with illicit drugs upon arrival in the country. They then make a demand of millions of naira from panicking family members to facilitate the release of such persons from NDLEA custody. The statement also advised Nigerians involved in such case not to part with their hard-earned money to scammers and keep discussions on travel plans of their relatives to themselves to avoid the hijack of such by criminals. And for more on this, I'm being joined by the Director of Media and Advocacy, NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, to give us more on this. Good to have you on the news at this time. So first off, aside from the advocacy which your agency is championing with regards to warning Nigerians on the scammers alert, what is the agency doing now to thwart such practices engineered to defraud unsuspecting Nigerians? Give us a heads up on what your agency is doing to address this concern.
All right, thank you very much for that. In addition to the awareness we're trying to raise among the general populace, we also working with members of our intelligence team to also see how we can track down some of the people behind this. Actually, this it's not the first time we're coming across something like this, and in situations where we had gotten calls from members of the family of those who were, who they were trying to scam. We had also worked with them to ensure that that scheme did not go through. And in this case, we're also just trying to do all we can to see how we can get some of the people behind this. We may not be able to come out to see all that we're doing at the moment so that we don't compromise our efforts in this regard. But then the first thing first is to alert the public so that they know what is happening, because quite a number of people earlier today believed the video they were seeing circulating, and quite a number of people were sharing that and also copying us, trying to draw attention to it. That's why we had to quickly come out to debunk that and alert the public on what is happening, because it's something we had thwarted in the past, and we also trying as much as possible, beside getting the people beside saving the people from falling for this scam. We're also, like you rightly asked, working to get the syndicate behind this kind of thing, also to get them dismantled. That I can tell you we're working on.
All right, with all this, what you've said so far, are there any possibilities that perhaps members or officials of the NDLEA might be in cahoots with some of these criminals or the syndicates or the scammers themselves? Can you tell us about this?
No, absolutely no, because before we come out, definitely we do quite a lot of house cleaning and investigation to ensure that the authenticity of the voice in the audio, and quite a number of other checks within, and because when specific commands are mentioned, and these are things because we have a central control center. We have a central control center through where some of these things are checked, and there is no way an arrest is made in any part of the country within 1 to 2 hours. The chairman of the agency must be aware, must know, and somehow, if the chairman knows, that means I also have to know about it. So that way, there is no way we would not know who is arrested and who is not arrested, or who is in the custody of the agency and who is not in the custody of the agency. That those are some of the checks in place to be able to manage the operations of the agency in a way that would not allow such a thing to happen. And in addition to that, I can also tell you that indeed, what you are seeing is just the desperation by hoodlums, but by criminal elements to take advantage of the activities of the agency to ride on that and get get innocent people or unsuspecting members of the public to panic and act on that, take advantage of their panic, and also defraud them. Is something that that happens in other sectors. So it's not something that is just that's something that happens within the drug law enforcement sector alone. But I can tell you that indeed officers are not involved in this because it's something we have been used to. It's something we have worked on before and frustrated their efforts.
All right, thank you so much, Director of Media and Advocacy, NDLEA, Femi Babafemi. We appreciate your time with us on the news at 10 tonight.
Thank you, yes, that's my pleasure.
Well, to other stories now, the Minister of